What's going on, guys? Welcome back to RC Voodoo. Today I have another unboxing. This is the Radiolink RC6GS V3. Yeah. Okay. It comes with the lanyard, just like the V2. Nice Radiolink adjustable lanyard. Got the lanyard clip in the back. Comes with the R7FG receiver. This is a telemetry receiver. Using this, the only thing is it comes with the XT60. So if you don't use the XT60 on your battery, then you will need adapters or change out the ends or just make your own. Basically, you need a male, a female, and just splice in the little cord that plugs into the receiver. That would be like that right there. So you just plug this in the battery, between the battery and the ESC, and it will give you on-screen voltage of up to 8S. So yeah, up to 8S. Gyro, fail-safe, ID seed, DSC simulator. That is the for this port here. So if you run an FPV and you have the goggles, this actually has the head tracker. The simulator, if you want to use this for like flight simulation or video games to play, I know there's some games you can use. Of course, you have to have the connector here, the dongle, but you can use this radio to play games on the PC. So there's your options with this port here, and it has the port here for the little USB port, micro USB for updating firmware and stuff like that. So the timer. The timer is new, a new feature on the. So basically you can have, let's see, up timer, down timer, if you're wanting to count up or count down. So it's got a lap counter too. You can time each lap, but let's see. This also has memory for all 30 models on the alarm. So depending on what model you're running, like if you're running say a LiPo and something that don't have a LiPo cutoff, or a LiPo cutoff that that's preset for like 3.2 volts and you want it to cut off a little sooner, you can set the external alarm to cut off at whatever, or to give you an alarm to let you know, hey, it's at 3.4 if you want more notice than like 3.2, or if you're running the ESC that don't have LiPo cutoff, that will open the door to using a LiPo where you normally would be stuck with a nickel metal that don't have to worry about cutoff. You can monitor your battery power right on the radio and set it for each model. So like I said, you got 30 alarms that you can set individually, and it will remember you know, what you got set for each. So I think that is that's pretty much all the new features on it. Other than that, if you've got the V1 or the V2, it's basically the same radio. Just you can see I did shorten the antenna on this one. The actual antenna wire inside only goes up to about there. And I was talking to Radiolink about this antenna. They said it's already in the works for the new version. This will be gone. It's just outdated, and nobody needs a antenna like that, a folding antenna. This does have the FPV or camera mount. Just pop this little plug out, and you have a quarter threads there that you can put in GoPro, FPV, whatever. But this is what I feel still one of the best radios on the market for the money. It's also a 7-channel. It's the 6GS, but there is another channel. So, well, this is the V1, not the V2, but this button, the SWA button, is located down here, which was also on the V2. And then you have the SWD button here. The V1 don't have. So that's going to do it for this one, guys. I will leave a link in the description to Radiolink where you can grab you one of these. Or their Amazon, or yeah, their Amazon link as well. And yeah, cannot go wrong with Radiolink. From the very first one I got, I've got the RC6GS version 1 all the way up to the, I don't have the V3 of the 4, but I have the V1 and the V2 of the 4GS. I have several of the dual stick radios, several of the V1 RC6GS V1s. I have a V2, have a V3. This has a throttle speed that you could actually use like a launch control. It's option number 7. Go, you know, hit the button, and it's default on off, but you can turn that on. There's a speed 1, and what you want to do is go to speed 2, and okay, there we go, speed 2. Low and high. So low would be like your takeoff. So if you're trying to set this up like for a built-in launch control, you can do drop the power. Let's do, I'll turn it way down so it's very noticeable. I'll turn it down to like 40. And the high, that's going to be your top speed. You know, the low is going to be the start off, and the high is going to be, you know, your end throttle. So we'll leave that at 100. And the TGP, that's going to be how much of the trigger your low is. So if you want the first half to be slower and then the second half be full power, or you can do change this to you know, the first 60% of the trigger will be on the low side, or you know, say you just want the first 20% of the trigger pull to be 40% power. So let's go to 50, Okay, then just back out of here so you can see the throttle. Now I'm just going to squeeze the trigger like this, just full throttle. Now you see how it goes slow at first, and then when it reaches the 50% of the throttle range, then it gives you 100%. Okay, let's go back and we'll turn that off. So now when I squeeze the throttle, it's just full throttle right from the squeeze. So this can aid in, like I said, launch control, or if you just want the, setting it up for like some precision crawling, the first half of the trigger pull will be reduced power by whatever you set. And that is also programmable per model. I'm almost positive. I'd have to try it with 2 different models. Well, let me turn it on here. Okay, let me back out. Okay, still doing it. Now, let me go to Model 2. Okay, now I'm on Model 2. Back out to the main screen, pull the trigger. Yeah. So, everything you set is per model. So your alarms, your voltages, your laps, your timers, exponentials, everything is per model. So you can really customize all 30 model slots that you have on here. Cannot go wrong with Radiolink. The features you get for the price of these is just, they got the features in here to compete with $400 radios. So I cannot recommend these enough. But that's going to do it, guys. Until next time, take care.